All right, so what we're going to do now is mark the next piece to put the tails on. Or put the pins on. We've already cut the tails. The first thing I'm going to do is take this depth gauge, just like we did with the other board, and I'm going to mark it. Double check that. Well, it's a different depth gauge. I grabbed the wrong one that was set the wrong way, so I'm going to get the depth gauge right and mark this all the way around. So we got a nice sharp scribe line. All right, put the depth gauge back in the box. Now I'm going to set this at the same height as the edge of this plane, and I'll show you why here. I'll set it in the vise there, because I'm going to use the plane as a rest for this. And I'm going to set this so it's exactly right to the edge of the board. I'm just going to feel with my fingers here. Hopefully you can see this. So what I've done is I've put the tail board right above the pin board, exactly where it's going to go. And I'm going to use a tool that I forgot to mention before, if I can find it. I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm also going to use a little knife. So all of the joints I can reach here, I'm just going to mark with a pencil. And so reach in, and wherever I can reach in with the pencil, I'm going to mark it with a good line. Some of the spots I can't quite reach with, so I'm going to use this little knife to mark the angle in there. All right. So hopefully you can see that. What I'm going to do now is use the dovetail gauge to transfer those lines a little darker so that I can see them. And we've marked from the joints that are already cut, so these should fit perfectly, because we've laid out from the tail board to the pin board. I've heard tell that some people mark their pins first and then their tails later, and that's fine. So now I'm going to pick this up a little bit just to make it easier to see, and I'm going to use the other side of this dovetail gauge that has a 90-degree side and just mark these all going past the line again. And mark this side also. In real life, I only mark one side because that seems to be all you need, but just for this exercise, I'll mark them both so you can see what we're doing. All right, and so this is what's going on here. We've marked this from our other pin board. So on the next video, we'll start again and we'll use a dovetail saw and we'll cut these out.